This is Dana for bio225, and today we're going to be doing the carbohydrate fermentation test. The purpose of this test is used to determine whether or not bacteria can ferment in a specific carbohydrate. Carbohydrate fermentation patterns are useful in differentiating amongst bacterial groups and species. So we have 6 vials here which I have labeled. 3 are labeled for the Cerevisiae bacteria and the other for the epidermidis bacteria. And we're going to be adding, I've already added the glucose because I struggled with it, so it was stuck to the bottom of my tube unfortunately, but we're putting half of the glucose in each one of these vials, meaning 2 of them, and then I'm putting fructose into the other 2, and then I'm putting mannitol into the last 2. And I guess actually the one that I did use was the fructose. So those 2 are done. So that fructose is done. So now I'll show you the glucose and then the mannitol. And then we're going to shake it up, close it up for a minute, and then I'm going to add a Durham tube, which will help represent whether or not there's any gas inside of the vials, and that gas would either be carbon dioxide or hydrogen. So that will be the first part of this video. And then I will also be adding 4 drops of each of these serums into each vial with their pertaining or coexisting vial names. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I've already started, and now I'm just going to sterilize my tubes. And I'm only going to be doing 1 of these of each, just so you can see. So basically I'll be doing 2 of these so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. So now this is the glucose.
That you might get Kavanaugh, and you might even get a mild red wave. The one thing about Hollywood that is disturbing is that they were silent for decades over Harvey Weinstein, and they didn't come out until it was safe and easy for them. They had to wait for Ronan Farrow to get that.
Okay, and I'll sterilize the top again, and then I'm going to close it, shake it up, and then I will be pausing this and taking these off and sterilizing the tops again so that we can add the drops and the Durham tube. And once we do that, then we are going to wait for 12 to 18 hours to see what formulates in our vials. So that video will take place in another day or 2. And today is October 2nd, if I didn't say that before.
These are not what you do when you are sending someone to a swing vote or a swing district. This is Whoopi Goldberg. This is Lena Dunn. These people are really despised by half of the country, and then the independents, they're not really...
Okay, so I'm going to do the other 2 vials. I'm going to pause this now to finish this, and then I'll come back for the second part. Okay, so I'm back. So now I'm going to sterilize my vials, and I'm going to put 4 drops of each in each of these vials. I'm going to put the 4 drops of the epidermidis in the epidermidis vials that are labeled, and I'm going to put 4 drops each of the Cerevisiae that's in the pertaining vials that are labeled with that bacteria. So now I've sterilized these 2. I'm going to sterilize these 2, and these are the only 2 I'm going to do, and then I'm going to move on so that we can make this a quicker process if we can. I have already had my Durham tubes soaking in alcohol, and I pulled them out to dry. So now my next mission is I'm going to pour this upside down into each vial. And put another one and drop it in. Okay, so now those are both in with the opening towards the bottom, which is what you want. So now I am going to take 1 pipette and make sure I have my correct. Okay, well this is for the Cerevisiae, so let me try to, this is really not, and it's very difficult to get it out, so hopefully I'm going to be able to. We have to work on this one. I'm not sure how well that is going to work for me. So we're going to do the other one for purposes of demonstration, and then I'm going to stop the video, and I'll be filling the rest of these vials, and then that will be it for today. Okay, I'm going to close them up, and we will return in a couple of days. Thanks.